So there's one thing that Montreal Canadiens fans and Vancouver Canucks fans can agree about right now. The Leo Carlsson offer sheet situation between the Anaheim Ducks and the Philadelphia Flyers is hilarious. It's relieving, it's fun, it gives NHL fans the opportunity to point their fingers and laugh at a different team. This time, it's Pat Verbeek and his Anaheim Ducks for not getting the Leo Carlsson extension done as soon as possible. This guy was eligible for an extension since last year. And you're telling me the Ducks and Verbeek couldn't agree on something in the $10, $11, $12 million range. It took him getting signed by Philadelphia to an offer sheet at $18 million a year to get this contract signed. Now, there are a number of connections to Vancouver Canucks related material and Montreal Canadiens related material, funny enough. So we're going to dive into that here in this video, talk about how great it is for the Canadiens and the Canucks at the moment. Let's start things out with a meme that is on the R Canucks subreddit. Take a look at this post made by Francesco Aquilini's burner. This is Elias Pettersson seeing the contract that Leo Carlsson just signed. And obviously we know this is not Pettersson looking at the contract, but it's a funny picture. It's been circulating the rounds for years now. You can see JT Miller's number 9 on the left side, so it's an old picture. But there is a pretty intriguing element to Elias Pettersson and his story based off of what just happened with Leo Carlsson. Here's another post made by Delicious Ad 4521. With the Leo Carlsson offer sheet, Elias Pettersson just became a decently paid second-line center. 4D chess guys, bring back Rutherford and Alvin for signing such a great contract. In all seriousness, we all knew it was going to be a rising cap scenario over the next few years, and that with that in mind, Pettersson's contract would get better. I just didn't think it would be this fast. If he has even a small bounce back, the contract becomes tolerable and is worth keeping if he can get back on track, or he'll be worth trading for in the next year or so. Top comment says here, Pettersson didn't improve. He just waited for inflation. Incredible. LOL. Inflation wins GM of the year, and obviously that's a little bit of a mark because Pat Verbeek was a GM of the year candidate. Unfortunately, GM of the year was handed out and awarded and voted on before the Leo Carlsson situation blew up in Verbeek's face. But Elias Pettersson is no longer a terrible contract at $11.6 million a year, with Nico Hischier making 11.7, I believe it is. Is that right? Nico Hischier's making $100K more? 7 mil right now? Yeah, 11.7 million bucks a year till the end of 2032. With Nico Hischier at 11.7, with Leo Carlsson at 18, Elias Pettersson at 11.6 is not that bad anymore. And it goes on till 2032. Could you imagine how big the cap is going to be by the time 2029 rolls around, for example? You might see Celebrini and Bedard and all these guys at 20. And McDavid, too. That guy's going to get paid by whomever else, not the Oilers, cough, cough. You know what's also really funny about this situation, too? There were some comments made by Leo Carlsson about a year ago, and this was reported by Uffe Bodin on hockeysferia.se. It was an interview done with Elias Pettersson as well as Leo Carlsson. Weird pairing, I know. But these were the comments that Leo Carlsson made 1 year ago. For sure. Carlsson said on if he would sign an 8-year extension with a $9.5 million AAV. If the Ducks offered it, I would sign it. Now, 12 months later, he signs a 5-year, $18 million AAV offer sheet with the Flyers. This guy said a year ago he would be down for 9.5. Now, he's getting twice that. And fewer years, too. This post on the R Anaheim Ducks subreddit gives the context. It's hockeyspheria.se. It's Elias Pettersson and Leo Carlsson bantering back and forth. Pettersson goes out there and asks, "Are you going for a bridge deal or 8 years?" Leo Carlsson said, "I want 8. Pettersson said, "Okay, yeah, 8 years, $9.5 million per." Uffe Bodin then says, "Wow, would you take that?" "I'd take that for sure," Leo Carlsson said. Again, it's a weird article, but this did happen. Elias Pettersson and Leo Carlsson bantering back and forth about the potential contract that he could sign in the future. At least Anaheim Ducks fans are going out there and stating the obvious. I can't blame Leo for wanting generational wealth, but I can certainly be upset that there was no loyalty in that decision. I mean, it's not like Leo Carlsson and his camp is going to go over to Anaheim and be like, "Hey, give us 8 years, 9.5, call it done." If that's your starting bid, then obviously Pat Verbeek is going to do everything he can to bring that lower as far as he can. I'm not going to blame Leo for signing the offer sheet, but I also think it's fair to expect a top 5 number 1 center performance from him starting next season if the Ducks were to match. I don't know if that's going to be a problem for Leo Carlsson. He's very good. He's only 21. He had 67 points in 70 games. He was a point-per-game guy. He just didn't play the whole year. Either way, there is another connection I wanted to talk about when it comes to Leo Carlsson, and instead of Vancouver, I wanted to focus on the Montreal Canadiens as well, because there was a tweet posted by, what was this? The Habitant, I believe it was? They went out there and spoke about, it's Habs Chronicle. They spoke about how Leo Carlsson will make twice as much as Ivan Demidov. Carlsson is worth more, but double? And only 5 years? Kent Hughes, man. Thank gosh he is our GM. And if you hadn't seen that, Ivan Demidov earlier this offseason signed his extension, $9.15 million a year, starting in 2027-2028, which takes him till the end of 2035. This is a long-term 8-year deal. And you know what's the best part about it? It's the fact that the Montreal Canadiens and Kent Hughes signed it a year before the guy was RFA eligible. They didn't wait around. That's exactly what the Anaheim Ducks did with Leo Carlsson. They had a chance to sign him to a big stinking deal 1 year ago, July 1st, and they declined. They were seeing him come off of a 45-point year in 76 games. There was a chance. 9.5 mil, sure, that might have been seen as rich for a guy who only had 45 points. But if the Ducks were expecting anything like the Leo Carlsson that we have today, then it might have been a good investment to go out there and make that happen. Ivan Demidov is making 9.1 till the end of 2035. Leo Carlsson's going to be making 18. Oh, my goodness. Is he double the player of Demidov? I mean, sure, if you make a trade, 1 for 1, obviously Leo Carlsson is more valuable, but that contract is killer. The reply goes out there and says, "I'd trade Demidov and Suzuki straight up for Leo, even at $18 million. LMAO, 170 points for 67 points. Good thing you're a nobody that'll never accomplish anything worthwhile." Okay, that's pretty mean. But still, I get that Leo Carlsson is good. But double the amount of Ivan Demidov? I don't know about that, man. There's another reply that I actually do think is pretty fair. Honestly, Demidov is kind of dumb for signing that low. Quebec has probably top 5 highest tax rate in the entire league. They're certainly the highest in Canada. He doesn't need 18 mil, but he certainly shouldn't have allowed himself to get hosed either. Quebec is the highest in North America and top 3 in the world, but I don't think he cares that much. He ain't a diva. And that, of course, is not to throw any shade on Leo Carlsson. I'm not saying that this guy's selfish and whatever for signing an $18 million deal, but then again, he was offered it. Why not sign it? Why not guarantee that money for yourself either with Philadelphia or with Anaheim? Now, Pat Verbeek, who has been very noted as being one of the toughest negotiators in the NHL, has this entire thing blow up in his face. Mason McTavish is gone, Olin Zellweger is gone, Jacob Trouba is gone, and now Leo Carlsson could potentially be gone. Either that or you're going to have to pay him $39 million in the span of a year. With that said, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. How do you feel about Elias Pettersson and his contract situation now that Carlsson has gotten his dollar amount? Thoughts on Ivan Demidov and the fact that the Montreal Canadiens are seemingly doing better work contract-wise. I hope you enjoyed this Vidishashral 9, and bye.